Hello everyone, I'm Purvan Chakraborty, Head Legal Content at Sector Hood. Today we are discussing legal accountability of Indian police forces in the light of the custodial death of Jai Prakash and Phoenix. Police brutality is a colonial legacy that has been carried forward by independent Indian police forces. Right from Jallianwala Bagh to Citizenship Amendment Act protest to lockdown, there have been numerous historical evidences that suggest that police forces have been using their uniform as a license to kill, abuse and beat people mercilessly. A statistics that has been provided by Union Home Ministry to Rajya Sabha suggests that within the period of April 2017 to February 2018, as many as 1,674 cases have been recorded in India of custodial death. So this is the magnitude of the problem that exists in our society in terms of police brutality. So now when we understand that there exists a problem of police brutality, we must look into the legal recourse that we have against police brutality. So under constitutional writ jurisdiction, we have constitutional courts functioning, that's High Court and Supreme Court. We can definitely approach them for compensation or other remedies, but then these courts are not very accessible as such. Other than the constitutional courts, you have State and National Human Rights Commission. These are statutory bodies under Protection of Human Rights Act 1993. But then the problem is the recommendations made by National or State Human Rights Commission is not binding on the government. Further, this police personnel, they have been given protection from prosecution or like protection from any sort of criminal proceeding against them under 197 and 132 CRPC. So basically, like if you want to initiate a criminal proceeding against a police personnel, you have to get a sanction from the government, and in most of the cases governments are reluctant to give a sanction for obvious reasons. Further, if at all you manage to get a sanction from the government, the investigating agencies are again police forces. So when police forces are investigating into a crime which has been committed by a police personnel, there is a high chance of bias. So an independent and impartial investigation cannot be done. And further, the general law that we have is Indian Penal Code 1860. It's a very general law against crime. And if you look at the framework or the mechanism that has been set out by Indian Penal Code, you see that hurt, grievous hurt, murder, that's the end of the story. So the kind of torture that has been done by the police forces, like the third degree treatments like water attack or electricity shock to get a confessional statement, so many other kinds of torture, that's not covered under Indian Penal Code. The 1987 UN Convention Against Torture provided for a robust mechanism to deal with problems like this. But shamefully, India is only among the 9 countries across the globe who has not been able to ratify this particular convention. A country like Pakistan has ratified this convention, but India is not willing to ratify. In 2006, Supreme Court, Prakash Singh versus Union of India formulated this mechanism called PCA, Police Complaint Authority. This was supposed to be an independent authority looking into serious police misconducts. But only 18 states have passed the law in conformity with the judgment, and among them only in 6 states this particular authority is functional. This was supposed to be an independent authority prepared by a panel of Chief Justice, Lokayukta, State Human Rights Commission, State Public Service Commission. But in practice, the members are appointed by state government. So we need to understand that India as a state failed miserably to protect its citizens from police brutality and police atrocities. And it's because our executives and our legislature are not willing to set up a mechanism of accountability for the police forces. We must realize, this is high time that we realize that a judicial inquiry is not always the answer to all the problems. We have to have a mechanism of accountability, and it is to impose discipline to the police forces and to regulate their conduct and behavior.